We both know you can't say that. You can't say that. Sometimes in the middle of the night I can feel you again. And I just miss you, and I just wish you were a better man. A better man. You push my love away like it's some kind of loaded gun. You never thought I'd run. Might still be in love if you were a better man. I'd like to hear his side of the story. It's good to know women are still perfect and men are always guilty. Second chances, look at Jelly Roll. Did he change? Is he permanently scarred? Have you made mistakes in your past? Shit. I won a few Bula games at work. For those of you who haven't watched my streams or aren't a part of the chess army, I work for about an hour or an hour and 20 minutes. It's a weekend, usually closer to the longer end. And then I get a 20-minute break. That's perfect. Chess is too difficult, especially when I'm studying, which now I'm to the level where I can benefit from studying top-level games. At first, their ideas are confusing, even when they're explaining after the fact. So 20 minutes, go do another shift, relax, and then study some more. If I'm not studying, I'm trying to get control of my online addiction. And right now, that means playing one bullet per break. And then I just sit there. But I am on an 11-game win streak. I'm going to let my dog out while we admire Hans Niemann as usual. I worked in the corporate world. They do a lot of good, and nothing's perfect. No human, no organization is perfect. Now, the issue is we don't want one or a few people deciding if the good outweighs the bad. Ask Adolf Hitler. Yeah, maybe that hurt some families, what I did, but here's why I did it in his eyes, why he did it. You don't want one person deciding if the good outweighs the bad. And that's how corporate America has to work. Gavin Newsom is criticizing President Trump because he wants to be president in 2028. He's a king. He's a king. Yeah, but look at what corporations or powerful people might do if there's no one in authority to say, hey, this is not your show. And in the case of Hans Niemann just took second in Vegas. The best players in the world were there. Hans Niemann is no joke. Magnus Carlsen attacked Hans Niemann out of anger. I'm sure if Magnus could have thought about it, he wouldn't have done it. He could have understood how that might make his game look and how that might make people like me feel towards them. He wouldn't have done it. He was mad. He was slightly past his prime at that point, toward the tail end of his prime. And that was his last run at 2,900. Like when I'm playing online, I talk about runs and downward spirals. Magnus Carlsen was not 27 anymore, where he could build it back up. When you're trying to be that close to perfect, You can't lose to the 60th rated athlete in the world. And I see Carlsen's argument. He wishes he wouldn't have had to play Hans Niemann, but Hans Niemann just did the job he was given to the best of his ability. So what Magnus Carlsen did was dumb, it was hateful, and even some of the greats said that's not how you act as a champion. But what Chess.com did was disgusting. They have no more right to involve themselves in over-the-board fair play. Than I do to talk shit on them. He didn't grow up. Just who do you think he is? You have no fucking right. And they did it because at that time, Hans Niemann was the 60th rated player in the world. Only got invited to the 2022 Sinquefield Cup because there was a dropout or a COVID cancellation. Richard Rapport. They've spent their lives in chess, I'm assuming. And they've seen the 60th rated, the 100th rated, the 40th rated players fizzle out. Some of them go get a job, some of them create content, teach chess, commentate. But only a few can make it to that top tier, which 60, I'd say there's 2 or 3 more tiers before you get to that top tier. But Hans Niemann is special, and Magnus Carlsen was the first to recognize it. There was no objectivity. There was no concern for chess. It was a business decision to go after Hans Niemann. If they would have thought that he might have a chance to become world champion and hold the keys to American chess, which he will because he's got a personality too, which is sadly more important than skill, they would not have done it. It had nothing to do with the truth. I'll promote their platform for free. I want to talk to them. And I'm the type to burn bridges. Last point in my rant before we get going. All right, 2 points. Fuck it. Tyler 1's a joke. I'm going to explain why as we look at my win streak online. And 2, most in business think, well, I'm big. So once a little person reaches a certain level, then, that could help us. That could grow our game in the case of chess. So now we'll associate. How I would work if and when I make it as a chess player or content creator. If you're little, you get that much of my attention. For your rating, for your humor, if you're on the entertainment side, that's how much you mean in the world of business. But you mean something. If I'm big, if you want to pay to be in it, if you want a chess lesson, if I could get whatever it is, that's who you are right now. But you matter some. And then gradually, as we work to improve our chess, improve our following on social media, we matter some more. But taking the approach of, if you have a League of Legends following, you matter automatically. Or you don't matter until we want to work with you, and now you do. Ooh, it's risky. Because I'm the type, as are most who kind of have a loyal nature, to say, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Go see if Tyler 1 will promote chess to his League of Legends following. And they don't give a fuck about it. Tyler 1 is 1821. I'm going to show the AI overview when you type in Tyler 1 chess. And this is not any human's words. Oh, my phone, it came up. This is while I was Uber driving, dealing cards in the middle of the night, playing tired. I have a dog. I was trying to take care of my dog too. No guarantee. Yeah, AI overview. Tyler 1, a well-known League of Legends streamer who has also achieved a notable rating on chess.com. Reached a rating, blah, blah, blah. Eventually hitting a peak of 1960. Rapid improvement. It explains His quick climb from a low rating to 1,000 elo in about 2 months. Dedication, he's played a lot of games. I've played more. Cow opening, it's unique. No, it's good at the lower level because you're forcing an untrained opponent to commit pawns. And then all he has to do is be kind of smart to pick apart obvious weaknesses. That doesn't mean you can play chess even at the intermediate level. It's proven nothing. Peak rating, yeah, time management. He demonstrates good time management. But he hasn't streamed. Like I was streaming. It's much harder to manage your time. He initially faced ridicule for his play style. And the one I was reading talked about skepticism over his puzzle rating and overall performance because he hasn't streamed it. And that is absolutely true. That's why I stream. I don't really care to be a streamer. There's my documentation. Hey, level looks suspicious. That game is enough to justify a fair play violation. Nope. Be careful. Be careful. Because I can most likely show you the stream I played that game on. Or it was at work where you could validate my shift. This 11-game win streak is why, well, if we are an important person, we should not just – it's almost like they have to have approval. When Hans Niemann talks about the chess mafia, I know he's joking kind of, but it's almost like you need approval for whose ass you can kiss. It's really just ugly. And Tyler 1 is like a 1,400 bullet player. You can't cheat in bullet. You can't cheat enough to matter in bullet, I should say that. It would almost be a hindrance. I'm floating around 2,000. I'm going to shatter it. My blitz is 2031, and I did stream a lot of those. But to get my blitz to its current peak and my bullet kind of close to where it was, there are streaks. If you want to see if someone's cheating, there's plenty of sample size now. You'd see I'm playing in a similar style probably. I don't know shit about chess. I'm playing the same types of openings, which a grandmaster would essentially analyze my profile as, yeah, he doesn't really know opening theory. He knows the first few moves of maybe 3 or 4 popular openings, but he clearly isn't consistently playing openings. He's just following basic principles. And look at these swings. You see how shitty these people are compared to real chess players. And Tyler 1 has said, chess is easy, bro. If you play chess since you were birthed, bro. Since you were birthed, bro. You're not a grandmaster. Your life has no value. That's why I don't want to be their friends. There's even been talk, could Tyler 1 become a grandmaster? Fuck no, he can't become a grandmaster. He could spend every waking second of his existence, and he wouldn't be a master. We don't even know. He's never played a real opening. Athletes at my level over the board or below, which I'm slightly better than Tyler, and definitely better than him over the board, they would fucking kill him because you can't give those people space like that. These are bad online players who are probably distracted and have no formal training that he's beating. But look at some of those games. Look at that run. I'm actually going to create a library right now. Online chess. Don't be mean. Barely counts. It's FIDE. If you don't have a FIDE rating, it's your local rating, USCF in my case in America. Then if you don't have either of those, what's your online rating? People prefer rapid. I would like to rewrite that order. We'll keep it the same, which is FIDE. I do have a FIDE rating, which is very close to my USCF. USCF is slightly higher usually than your local rating. Then if you are above 2,200 online, we can take it into consideration. I'm not 2,200 online. I think I'm about that ability. I've got to really focus, and I've been concerned about downward spiraling because that would keep me from over the board. If I only focused online, I could probably get to 2,200 without improving my openings, without getting much better at tactics. I think I'm there. That's the high end of my ability right now. And the reason I say that is 2,200 is when you're getting into people who are either trying to do it for a living in some sort, whether it be play, stream, or they're good enough to where they take chess seriously enough and they're not just playing while they're washing the dishes. It's a different tier. of players where you can actually compare and contrast. And once you get to that level, if there's a cheater, those people are putting some time in to be above 2,200 online. If there's a cheater, enough reputable athletes will be pointing at it and saying, I don't think you fit in. The lower levels, fuck, who knows? Who knows? 2,200 online. If you are not 2,200 online, and I'm talking, what up, Captain? How's Captain? If you're not 2,200 online, it's not that you're a bad person. But as far as getting your ass kissed, and this goes for adult improvers too, or people like Tyler and myself who never played as kids, until you're 2,200, you can be a part of a study. You can have potential. You don't have chess ability. Online rating, I would not even look at it until someone reached 2,200. Look at my runs. Look at mistakes 2,000 level players are making, and that's the top 0.5 percentile of online athletes. Okay, I can do this in mass, right? Yeah. I'll make it public. I won't waste my time showing these games, but just look at some of the mistakes. Look at how I'm winning some of these games. Granted, in some cases, I'm playing distracted in between Uber rides or on my shifts at work. Okay, then I lost one, right? Okay, so that's my 11-game win streak, or it should be. So how do I do this? I want to add it to my library. I don't want to do that. Okay, add games. No, don't do this. I want it to. I've only deeply analyzed my over the board games and put them in a folder, I guess. So how do I do it? Surely I can do that, right? I don't want to download them. I know I can do this. Import load from game history. Yeah, probably so. Okay, there it is. There we go. Now we're good. That's my daily. Gosh darn it, just hit the chat box. Boy, that's going to drive me nuts. Gosh darn it. Okay, so I lost that one. At 11 games, yeah, it's my 11-game win streak. So there's my 11 bullet. Now I'm going to add my blitz. Load from game history. All recent daily games. No, I don't want to do that. I want my blitz time control. Where's my time control, man? No. Match type rated. I want time. Damn it. And it would be a waste of time for anyone to accuse me of cheating any of these games. Okay. Yes, I was screwing around playing unrated. Okay. There was a big streak. There was an 8-game streak, and I was going to make a video about it, but it was such a joke. I think it's this. It's July 13th. Yeah. Through, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8, 14th, 15th. Okay. Looks like it's those games. Thirteenth. That could be interesting. That'd be an interesting way to do it, actually. I didn't intend to do this or spend this much time doing this. Okay. My rating when it started, 1959. 1959. No, I don't want to delete the whole thing. 1959, then I was rated. I didn't skip from 1959 to 19. I didn't jump there. Can I undo it? Oh, that's okay. So that's Mo Malik or whatever his name is. So Mo Malik, and then we played. Okay, so let's delete it the other direction. Okay. No, I just fucked it up. Okay, Mo Malik, and then it should have been DAR. So theoretically, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Levon something. Who was the last one in the series? It was 7WMZ. I'm going to figure this out. So I'm going to drive myself crazy if I don't. Revenet. So that's right. Victor. Fused. Boom. There's that. So that one's there. 7WMZ. So those four. Stupid. At least I know how to do this shit now. And then I lost. So those are my bullet. Okay. So now my blitz. If I was, sometimes better to do it slowly and do it right the first time. So Mo Malik. There's got to be some morons that name their profiles Mom. In my 50,000 games, I'm sure. Mo. It's not case sensitive, is it? Malik. -11. I guess so, sure. You telling me I can filter by fucking everything except for the time control? I do feel like I'm back in corporate tech again now. Do a lot of cool shit, and then you just do something that's makes absolutely no sense at all. And I can't expand that panel. God damn. I don't want to have 50 games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's only 7. And I can't expand those either. How am I supposed to function? No, that's the one. That's the run right there, though. Because I recognize those names. Damn it. This will drive a man insane. So there's 7 of the 8 games. I don't know which one I'm missing. 1, 2. Probably that one. No, I've got that one. I've got the first 3 correct. Pal, Dare, MO. So we got Pal, Dare, MO, Rotten Sandwich. I feel like that was one of my later ones in that run. Yeah, Rotten Sandwich. Okay. Rotten Sandwich was fourth, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next four are these four. So Revenant. Fused. So Victor, LOL. Yeah, I got you. Victor 7W. Nacho. There's no Nacho on this list. $18 games. See, why is it not in perfect order, though? Is it filtering by rating? My opponents? Powell. Mo. So 1 and 3. All three. First three are good. Rotten Sandwich. 4 is good. On to 5. Revenant. So now Victor. Victor's there. Fused. See, now why doesn't it go straight from Victor to Fused, though? That's what's throwing me off. They probably changed their name. They changed their fucking name. So Victor, Leitner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4. 6. Victor. See, that's the thing, though. Like, Fused is the 7th. Yet in this list, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fused is number 5. So how on earth does that happen? Who cares? No milk. Confused. So either way, the only one I don't have is this dude. There it is. Okay. that's my library that I just made way too difficult while I was building it. Make it public. That's why it would be ridiculous to even waste time worrying about if people are cheating at the lower levels, which I'm starting to say the lower level is like 2,000 or below. Look at this, some of those games. It's a fucking joke. All right. Sus online library. $620 rapid. You were $630 last time, weren't you, Captain? Let's respond to my dailies, and then I'm going to try to get my bullet to a new peak. One of those. So if I go here, can't do that. Fuck it. Just don't want to deal with it right now. This game's over. It doesn't matter much. Okay. Oh shit. Wrong way to do that. Son of a bitch. It's not good. Ah. See how bad these people are? shouldn't be playing because I just worked a lot and I'm tired, but that's just a joke. Even with like 15 seconds to play a game. It's top 0.5 percentile of online athletes. You should be better than that. It's 12 wins in a row, and look how bad I played. And to kiss Tyler One's ass for not even reaching this level in rapid, let alone speed chess, which in my opinion, that's going to be the biggest weakness for adults who didn't play as kids. Because you if you're smart or you had some relevant experience, like Tyler One gamed, and I think he's pretty fucking good. So you had relevant experience. You played games. You know how to think. You know how your brain works. So if you have time to apply that to something new like chess, it's going to be an advantage. But if you make him go fast, if you make me go fast against really good players, even if I find a way to get my longer time control ratings way up in their category, I don't see how I could ever be as fast. So if the chess world, or streamers for that matter, are going to be impressed with any adult learners, I would look at their speed numbers online. Because that's supposed to be a pretty good bullet player. And I gave away the game. Like what I was trying to do, or what my plan was, is just give that pawn away, castle, and as long as my knight's protected, I'm good. But another strategy in bullet, if you can make them move, just start making them move stuff. So I just wasn't paying attention. I got my strategy confused. It was bad. But still. And then like it's just so bad. It's so bad. And when you're up like that, never push your pawns in front of your king. There's just too much that can go wrong. And that's important, though. I can't take the rook. Force a draw. Yeah, bad. I'm not losing on time. And now this is just winning a game of speed chess. You're frantic. You're in that situation now where you're going to be panicking. And even if you recognize take my rook, I'm not saying I necessarily like I'm thinking this way. A lot of this is just subconscious. You're reacting. But you see a certain time on the opponent's clock, even if you take my free piece, you've got to kind of wake up and, oh, like you're in shock. Kind of like if somebody waves their hand close to your face. Whoa, I wasn't going to hit you. Yeah, but I was stunned. I still had to react. It's a human reaction. It's like, whether you take it or not, you have to think about that. Either get your rook or you spend a millisecond thinking about it and you lose a fucking game. Another example where really good players, I think Daniel Naroditsky, even if we're a more complicated version of that, where I'm giving you something in hopes you flag, he's not going to flinch very long. These players do. And that's why I'm 1987 now. Okay, I'm going to go take care of my puppy. Yeah, it's 36,000 in the world. That's a joke. Kurt retracted the message. What'd you say, Captain? Don't be so secretive. Let's look at Captain Kurt's climb real quick. All right, Captain. Captain 620. I mean, you guys like those long games. It's your legion. You lead the legion of your chess army however you want. I'm not a micromanager, but I would not be spending 30 minutes on a game until I'm at least in the mid-thousands. It's just too long. You don't really understand in great detail what you're looking at, so why look at it longer? Why don't just play more fast games and analyze them? That's my opinion. But my door's open. I'd love to hear counter-arguments. 620, Captain. You were 630. A little bit of business advice if you want to make it in this cruel world. How about your peak rating? What's your rating? Tell me your peak rating. You lied to me. No, that was my rating. You didn't ask. You didn't ask for my current rating. No one asked for that. Tell me your peak rating, Captain. Yeah, so you lost one game. And also your current rating is 3 higher than what you told me. It matters, man. You're working hard. Get the credit you deserve. I can't imagine any of these games go down to the wire. See, these are the openings you should play when you're at the beginner ranks. Ooh, and you're going to win this, Captain? Oh, no, this is the one you lost, right? That's right, yeah. So the one you won, yeah, we don't need to be doing that. But Kurt is playing one of your queen. At least, unlike the Tyler 1 example, you are playing openings that will actually be relevant to your chess development. Why on earth would you spend thousands of hours probably? Tyler 1 spent a lot of time. Why on earth would you spend that much time getting to positions that will never be relevant once you play somebody, even at my level, which is the level of athlete Tyler 1 is currently trying to surpass? Tyler 1 is currently trying to compete with my level of players. And I think he's going to be way behind because unlike most 1800s, 2000s, he has never fucking played a real opening. He doesn't even know what it looks like unless he's analyzing from the opponent's perspective, which I doubt he does. Never seen it. It's impossible to know your potential. You've never played a real opening ever in your life. Like, how can you be intelligent? And he is intelligent because I've looked at some of his games. He can't be stupid at all. But how can you be so intelligent and then after you've done some intelligent stuff on the chessboard, not use that intelligence to say, maybe I should fucking Google the Roy Lopez? How it's amazing how people work, man. I'm not perfect though. I'm sitting in a soundproof phone booth alone at age 30 after working a swing shift. And I used to have a cush life and a brand new house. But I prefer my version of ignorant versus that. Just play some openings. Captain, thanks for joining. I'm proud of you. I'm going to get you to 1,500. And by that, I mean 2,000. Keep taking those steps. You're doing a great job. Okay, I'm going to enjoy my morning, probably go to Waffle House and walk my puppy.